Welcome to the latest Judgement Eternal of Champions video. My name is Andrew Guns Galea, the game's creator, and today it's exciting, revealing a brand new hero, Raxos the Chimera Dragonkin. Raxos is our fourth Chimera to drop. Super excited. We've just been through the goblins and trolls in the last 3 months or so, so now we're moving to the Chimera, and the next 3 models are going to be all Chimera models. Raxos is going straight to live, so his rules are a tournament legal as of today. After this video, Hall of Eternal Champions will be updated, our TTS module, the Vassal module, and our print and play cards as well. So you can get cracking with him straight away. You can see the model to my right. It's a beautiful model. This is a color of the render itself. Now, about the model release, it will be available on North American and Oceania, Australia, and New Zealand web stores today. But we have advanced, we have 3D prints available. There's been a delay with the Chimera resin production, so we do have very high quality 3D prints, and we'll be selling them along those stores. So the stock is here. They're 3D prints of the model. They look great, but yeah, so they're not going to be, the resin will come a bit later. We just haven't had a delay and wanted to actually get him out. Right, so as I said, this is the, Raxos is actually the Ista avatar, so Ista's the last god to have 2 avatars, which is great. So now we have all the gods have 2 avatars to choose from, which is amazing. Also, just let you know, this is into my weekly. This counts as my weekly vlog. Next week, I'll be releasing and revealing the mythic shrines and some of the new maps that we've got that accommodate them as well. So lots to come ahead. Really exciting. But yeah, so there's onto Raxos. So this is the color model, and then the next one is actually just the render itself of the sculpt. It's a really sculpt, pretty iconic Dragonkin. You know, with this one we haven't gone too left field. It's what you'd expect a Dragonkin model to look like, and his rules are really a lot of flavor around the rules. A lot of very thematic that you'll see very soon. The next one is actually just a shot of the actual 3D printed model of Raxos. So it looks good. It's very good details, high quality 3D print. But as I said, the resin will come out later. Hopefully in a month or so, we'll get all 3 of the Chimera models at the same time. But we are selling release models of 3D prints of Raxos for this one. All right, let's get cracking onto the card. Okay, so Raxos Chimera Dragonkin, move 3, agi 4, res 1. Mel 7, no Maj, no RNG. So this is a Mel aggressive. We'll get to that later, but it's a damage dealing aggressive model, as you'd expect from a Dragonkin. Health is 14, 15, 16, so pretty reasonable. Combined with the agi of 4 and res of 1, it's fairly tanky. Got a fair amount of tankiness in there. Soul Harvest 2, Soul Harvesting on his go, so he is susceptible to the Psionic heroes, but he's 2. Now, he's got 2 weapon attacks, and they're quite unique the way that they work. His Dragon Spear is only used on a charge only, right? So it's a 1 AP weapon, but you can only charge with it. So effectively, it takes 2 AP unless you've got some way to charge a 1 AP, like with Cruel's Bloodlust or something like that. It's a 4/5/7, so it hits really hard, right? So it is on this model, when you get to see a bit later some of his abilities. It's also reach 2. So it's one of those 2 AP hitting weapons, cost 1 AP, but you can only use it on a charge. And then his follow-up attacks are his Drakemaw. Now you can choose to charge with the Drakemaw if you want, you don't have to use the Dragon Spear, but it's a standard 1 AP, reach 1, 2, 3, 4 attack. He's immune to burn, he's a fiery dragon, so that's fine, and he also flies because he's got huge wings and it makes sense. So fly and immune to burn straight off the trap. He's got Dragon Hide, which gives him res 2 versus magic attacks, so which is really good. So essentially he goes to res 2 against magic attacks, and he's res 1 against everything else, which is great. So gains res 2 does not mean he adds 2 res to his res, he's actually res 2. Dragon Spear is innate ability, so Raxos gains reach 2 and +1 Mel when executing a charge with Dragon Spear. So now he's Mel 8 on the charge. And it's a reach 2 weapon. Raxos cannot charge a model that is within 2 X's when he declares a charge with Dragon Spear. So it's one of those things where if you're going to charge with it, he instantly gains reach 2. if he's already engaging someone with reach 2, he can't charge them. But if you're within 2 of someone, you can always charge them with your Drakemaw, but you can't charge with a Dragon Spear. So melee on the charge, which is quite nice. He's got 2 combat maneuvers that you have seen in other models. Hot Fire is the same maneuver that Barnascus has. So if he does a 2S, the enemy gains burn. For Jaira's roll, they take an extra true damage. So now he's able to do 5, 6, 8 on the charge with melee if he gets his combat maneuver off and can put them on fire. So hits like a truck, this guy. His sustained attack is on his Drakemaw, so his second attack is his alternate attack. So on a 1J, they take an extra true damage, and then on a 4+, they take another one. Sorry, it's 1J, they take 1 true damage, and on a D6 roll of 4+, repeat this process until it's not rolled until 3 rolls are made. This is the same as Kogan's attack. So essentially, it's just like Kogan's sustained attack, where you can get actually extra 1 damage on a 4+. So yeah, you can do up to 3 of those the same way as Kogan. So you could potentially get another 3 damage here if he's very lucky with his sustained attack. That's the face card of Raxos. As I said, really good, thematic, fly, immune to burn, can apply burn, and can do a lot of damage, particularly on the charge. Right, the next card is his second one. So he's got a breath attack, which is really cool. This is his fate ability at level 1. It's an active ability. So when Raxos passes through hexes containing enemy models during a charge movement, they suffer D2 true damage and cannot make parting blows. Other enemies do not gain the +1 die parting blow advantage against Raxos during this movement. So it expires at the end of Raxos' current charge move. So essentially, what that means is he can fly, right? So he can actually fly over models, and any models he passes over during that time, if he's got this up, they take DT true damage, and they cannot do parting blows against him. So he doesn't have nimble, but this actually acts like nimble. But the ones that are on the periphery of him, that he's not going directly over their hexes, but they could do parting blows, they don't get the +1 die. So it's a weaker version of nimble, but it does D2 true damage to everyone he passes over. So he's got speed 4, movement 3. So that means he can charge 6. So he's got an actual fair bit of movement. He's very good for +1 move things. If you can give him the Boots of Elvenkind, it gives him Pathfinder, and he can go 7. This works really well. So awesome breath attack, 1F. So you cast it, do your charge after that, and you do DT true damage to everyone in between. He's got a powerful bite at level 2, so he gains armor piercing on the Drakemaw. So basically, effectively, it makes his Drakemaw quite effective at level 2 because he's got armor piercing. His follow-up from his charge attack is actually quite strong. And then at level 3, he gets a Dragon Fear, an active ability which is 1 AP and 1F, and D3 +1 enemies within 2 hexes of Raxos, and chosen by the active player, take 2 true damage and suffer fear. This is very similar to Zim's, I think it's Ice Storm. So effectively, everyone around within 2 hexes of him take 2 true damage and suffer fear. It's D3 +1 enemies. So multiple fear applications. The first time we've had something like this. Remember, people who are feared can't do active abilities, can't soul harvest, and cannot attack Raxos back unless they shake it. So it's a very efficient, very efficient. So you can charge in, going over the top of models, land, and then if you're in the middle of everyone, they all can't attack you unless they have to get rid of that fear. So it's really cool. Now, as I said before, he is the Avatar of Ista, along with Isabel. If Raxos is the Avatar, other friendly champions of Ista heroes who start a charge from within 2 hexes of Raxos gain +1 mil for that charge action. So we're really trying to instill a more aggressive theme into Ista here. Also, everyone within 2 of him, while friendly champions are within 2 of Raxos, they gain immune to fear. So Raxos actually plays quite well into Raxos. But there's more and more fear in the game now, and this makes everyone immune to fear around him. Plus, if they charge next to him from within 2 of him, they're going to get +1 mil. As I said at the bottom, he's a bruiser as the class, and his god is only Ista because he's Ista's avatar. So that is Raxos. Very, very happy with him. As I said, the model will be released to Howick and all the different tabletop, simulator, vassal, and on the printed play cards after this. He will be available for purchase in North America and Australia and New Zealand as a 3D print. We'll hope to have all 3 models in the next month. So the next 2 months, there'll be 2 more releases of Chimera models, which is Echoen. I think we've talked about these ones before, and Endulum. So there's 2 of those coming, and then it'll take us to 6. So thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next week. Next week we're going to release the Mythic Shrines, as well as a bunch of updated maps in the tournament map pool. The rulebook is on its way into digital form, so we've done a bunch of work on Hoek. It's actually up there today, but it's not complete, and you can have full search. So if you want to go into the rules rulebook, you'll see that you can actually start keyword searching a bunch of rules, and the whole rulebook's going to be up there, which is amazing. I think that's basically it. We've got a really active Discord if you're keen, so please join our Discord, Judgement Eternal Champions. And I think that's it. So until next week, when I come back and talk about Mythic Shrines, enjoy Raxos. Love to know your thoughts. I'm sure you're going to let me know. We found him a ton of fun to play with in the practice games, and we're really keen to see him in warbands. There's an online league about to start this week, and Raxos is eligible for that. So really keen to see you Ista players out there rolling out Raxos, but he obviously fits in a whole bunch of warbands. And in the next Chimera release, we will be releasing the Chimera tribe rules as well. So that'll be in about a month. So I'll be doing these every week, but in about a month we'll release the next Chimera. That takes them to 5. At that point, we'll release the Chimera tribe rules. So pretty excited about that. One more thing I'll touch on with regards to the tribe pick and ban. That is now officially a rule. So all tribes participate in the pick and ban the same way that the gods do, the god warbands. This will be embedded in the rule book. So we're not going to distinguish between tribes and gods. We are at the moment allowing undead to be played. They will be played as the blind pick, so the old way tribes used to be. So you basically can't ban against undead, they can't ban against you. But we are racing towards getting 2 more undead out before the end of this calendar year, which will enable us to have 7 of those as well. And then we'll round out the Chimera the same way. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a like if you like the video, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.